Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jimmy, and in today's video, we will be taking a look at and reviewing the DESLOC D110 Plus. This is a fingerprint deadbolt with Wi-Fi, and arguably one of the best or the best smart lock under $100. There is several ways to unlock this, actually 6 different ways to unlock or lock this lock. You can use it with a regular mechanical key. You can do it with a digital key, a little IC card that comes with it. You'd also be able to use your fingerprint, a passcode, your voice, or the application. Now, a couple things that I like about this lock right off the bat is that it doesn't have to be connected to Wi-Fi. Even though Wi-Fi gives you additional notifications and features through the application, you can just use it as a standalone local lock. So you can still use it with the application via Bluetooth, or you'd be able to use it again with just the passcode, your fingers, or the IC key card, or the mechanical key. The other thing that I like about this is that it has everything you need for a lock. It has a display, which is called LockVue, which allows you to go through the menu and go through some of the settings with the lock itself locally. So with the LockVue display, also with a digital keypad, and also with a fingerprint reader, this gives you all 3 of those for under $100. For transparency purposes, this is a paid review, but it's only the fee to be shown on this size of channel, so I'm not being influenced by the company or being scripted by the company or creating it the way that they want it to be created. This one was sent out for me to do an honest review and give you guys my feedback and show you all of the features of a really nice lock that is under $100. Now, there are many ways to unlock the DESLOC D110 Plus. The first way is the manual way with the key. So you can either lock it or unlock it with your given key. There is 2 of these keys inside of your box. The other way that you can get this unlocked with the provided way is with your digital key. So this is a IC card. All you'd have to do is just place your IC card up here. And once you have it all set up, it's going to read it. And then now it's able to unlock your door. Another way to get this lock either locked or unlocked is with the application itself. So if you're doing this remotely, you just want to make sure that your lock is connected to Wi-Fi. Right now I have it unconnected just because I wanted to test it without a Wi-Fi connection. So I can do this locally still with the application. I swipe this to get it unlocked. And the last 2 ways of physically interacting with the lock with your hand will be with the passcode. So for this one, I did create a temporary passcode, which is 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and unlock. And now on to fingerprint. So I have set up 3 different fingerprints. I have my right index, I have my right thumb, and my left thumb. So it doesn't matter which one I use, I press and hold, and it's able to unlock. Now when it comes down to the passcodes, you can use up to 100 passcodes. And when it comes down to fingerprints, you can set up to 50 fingerprints. Now, let's say you ran into an emergency situation where your batteries have been fully depleted. Maybe you were gone for too long, or for your Airbnb, the batteries just weren't replaced, or you didn't have the best connection via Wi-Fi, so it drained the battery a little bit quicker than what you wanted. There is a USB Type-C port on the bottom, which allows only the intake for power. So if you have a portable battery pack, like I do right here, you just plug it in on the bottom. Now that it is plugged in and has power, this is where you'd be able to put in your code. So I'll put in this temporary one that I have created, and we'll get it unlocked. And then the last way of interacting will be with your voice. So you can use Google Assistant as well as Amazon Alexa. Unlock kitchen door.
What's your voice code for kitchen door?
3579.
Unlocking. Hang on. The kitchen door is unlocked.
Lock kitchen door.
Locking. Hang on. The kitchen door is locked.
So DESLOC has something that's referred to as LockVue display. So it's a display to give you all of the details. So it's letting you know if you have low battery, it's letting you know if it's connected to Wi-Fi, if it has larger battery, if something is successful or not successful. Also, if I was to press and hold on this menu icon right here, so if I tap on this icon, it's going to notify the homeowner via the application that they are, awaiting entrance into the home. So I can remotely unlock this door right here by somebody who is visiting by pressing and holding on menu. Now, the other thing is that I have my phone set up to where all of my menu and my display is via the application, but you can set it up to where if you want to have it as a location right here on the lock that you can go through all of the menu settings, you can, or you can do it remotely, which is through the application. Now let's take a look at the application you will be using. It's simply called DESLOC. Now this is a free application you can download from the Play Store as well as the App Store. Once you get this installed, the first thing that you'll do is on the top right hand side, there is a plus icon. This is where you add in your brand new lock or additional locks. Also, if you tap right there, this is going to give you all the details of this specific lock, because this screen here is just showing you all of your devices. So this is kind of your device hub home screen here. If you have multiple devices, this is where they will show. You can take a look at all of your events, and this would show all of the events for all of your locks. So this one is also everything that's only for unlocked, and here's any type of alert. So for any locks, however many you have, they will show up right here. And then you can take a look at your account. So this is where you can log in, you can log out, change or update your email, change your password. This is where you also have your device order. So if you have multiple devices or multiple locks, you can change the order of which they appear. You also have app permissions, and then here is works with. This is letting you know that it works with Amazon Alexa as well as the Google Assistant. And when you tap on any of these ones here, it's going to give you some details on how you're able to set it up. Now, for this one, you have to make sure that you are looking for the skill of DESLOC in Alexa in order for it to work. It's not like you're just adding in the lock through Alexa, you're adding in the skill. Now let's go back a couple pages. Let's take a look at specifically this one lock itself. Now it's letting you know the battery percentage. It's letting you know your Wi-Fi connection, if it's too far or too close. Is it a good connection, bad connection? I just did a reset on this lock. I was testing out different Wi-Fis, and I was testing it out even without Wi-Fi. So I wanted to use it with Wi-Fi and without, and play with all of its features. Now, if you want to get all the details sent to you, everything sent to your device, your application here, you have to have it connected to Wi-Fi. If you don't have it connected to Wi-Fi and you're solely going based off of the Bluetooth of your phone with the application or with your fingerprints, the key, the passcode, a lot of this stuff won't really show up in the application. Also, if somebody presses and holds on the menu to notify me that they are trying to get in the house, they are a guest or a family member trying to get in, this is where I'm able to remotely get them inside the home. So if it's not connected to Wi-Fi, you can't use that feature. Now for here, if you want to unlock or lock the lock, you just swipe it over to the right or swipe it to the left. Now, in order for you to assign any type of access, this is our access people that we have here at this home. I also have one that's called temporary. So this one I created just for this video. I created as a always, but I can just delete it. This is where I just put in the passcode of 122333, and I'm able to just simply delete it. Now this is the screen that it looks like where you have almost nothing connected. Now on the very top, if you take a look at me, you can see that I have my code, I have 3 different fingerprints, and I also have one of those IC cards, or those digital cards. So I have this one all decked out with 3 different scans. And just remember, when it comes down to this lock, you are able to set up to 100 passcodes and up to 50 fingerprints. Now, what I love about this add access, one of my favorite things with this lock is the 1Pass. Now, this is, out of all the locks that I have ever used, this 1Pass works the best. So you go to 1Pass and you hit, you create a name. So for this one, I'm also going to create one that is called temp. So when you hit on next, it's going to create this temporary code. It's going to let you know when it's valid by, and it can only be used once. Now, once this is used, it'll never be able to be used again. It'll just say that it's already been used, and the only thing that you have left is to delete it. Now, this is just a really nice screen here, again, to assign the access to anybody if they are going to be a always, somebody who lives at the home, a scheduled one, so perfect for Airbnb. If somebody's coming in for today at 2 p.m. all the way from 1 week from now until 11 a.m., then you just schedule that out with whatever code, and a lot of people use either phone numbers or birth dates or whatever it may be for some type of code for Airbnb, but that's how you're able to get it all scheduled out. And then again, your one-time pass. Now let's take a look at the settings. And it's not only just the settings, this is also where you can learn some of its features. First off, on the very top, you have passage mode. What passage mode means is that if you turn this one on, it'll go into a non-auto locking state, which means that if you have the auto lock turned on, maybe after 10 seconds or 30 seconds or a minute, but you have a bunch of loads from the grocery store, or maybe you unlock the door and then you realize you want to go get the mail and you don't want the door to auto lock on you, the always users, the ones that live at the home and is set up as always users, they can just enter the number 5 on the keyboard within 2 seconds after unlocking the door. with the fingerprint or passcode. And then in order for you to exit this method, users can enter 5 on the keyboard within 2 seconds after unlocking the door with their fingerprint or PIN to exit this mode. So this will help again if you're coming in with a bunch of different loads, or you know that you're going to be out for a couple minutes and you don't want it to auto lock. You also have vacation mode. So this is where if you turn on vacation mode, the only people that can unlock the door is always users, and 1 pass users can unlock the door. All door unlock events in this mode will be logged as alarm events. So you'll get an alarm notification on your phone if somebody was trying to unlock it while you are on vacation mode. And then this is where you have auto lock. So I just have mine turned off for right now. If you turn it on, your options are from 5 seconds all the way up to 120 seconds, which is 2 minutes. Next up is the anti-peeping passcode, and for this one, maybe your passcode is only maybe 6 digits long. But if somebody is right next to you and you don't want them to know what the exact numbers is that unlocks the door, you're able to put numbers before and or after your real code. So if you put in a couple numbers and then your code and then a few more numbers, as long as it's not over 16 digits, nobody knows what the real code is to get in because you put in additional numbers. And that is what this anti-peeping passcode is. You also have the anti-hijacking assignment. So for this one, what will happen is if I open this up, in the event of a hijacking, unlocking with the designated passcode or fingerprint will notify all users linked to the device and send an email to your emergency contact. Wi-Fi must be configured for this feature to function, which means, let's say you run into a situation, a little bit of a SOS situation. Something is going on, and if you were to put in a particular fingerprint, one that you would never normally ever use, you can set it up and then all of this will be done. People will be notified that there is a issue or problem, or if there is a passcode you want to put in like 911, 911 or something like that, then you'll be putting in that code that people are getting notified of anti-hijacking assignment. And then you have general. So for this one, this is where you can see your device name, which Wi-Fi it's connected to, or you can change it, turn on or off your volume, device calibration, device model. You can take a look to see if there's an update for your firmware, and then also a little bit more details, and you can also reset the device. Next up is notification. So if you would like to get notified for any activity that is happening on your lock, this is where you can turn them on or off. So you have unlocked, locked, as well as any type of an alarm, and then you can share with. So if I want to share this lock with other people, I just go to the share option. And then lastly, you can take a look at the events for this particular lock. So if you own multiple locks and you go to this events page here, this is where it's going to show all of the events for all of the locks that you have. Now, when you go to the particular lock and then you go to these events, this is everything for this lock specifically. So you can take a look at everything on if it was being locked, unlocked, whatever. Here's all of the unlocks, and then here is your alerts. And then you also have your drop down up here so you can filter it by date. So if there's something going on a different date, you'd be able to take a look at it. There isn't many dates on here because I just did a reset on the lock because I wanted to test it without having it connected to Wi-Fi initially. I wanted to see all of its functions with and without Wi-Fi. So that is why this one doesn't have too many logs here, and that's why I can't go back any more dates because I did a reset to do more tests. For the unboxing, inside you will find the user manual along with a alignment and installation guide. Underneath this little piece of foam, you will have a box. This will house your mechanical keys. It's going to house the deadbolt, your strike plate. You're going to have the deadbolt and strike plate screws. You also have the mounting plate screws and interior lock screws, along with 2 IC cards. They are also all individually labeled, which I'll show you that here in just a second. Then you will also have your interior lock module along with the mounting plate. Next up, you will have your exterior lock module, and here's everything all laid out. Again, you can see everything is individually labeled. For the installation, just take off your old deadbolt. You also want to make sure you take off your old strike plate. This is where you install the new strike plate and also the deadbolt with 2 screws each. After that, place on the exterior lock, push the cable all the way through, and put it into your mounting plate. Again, you just want to lock in the locking plate with the exterior lock. This is where you then plug in the cable to the interior portion of the lock. Once plugged in and comfortably fit, this is where you put in those 3 interior screws. You have 2 on the top, and you also have 1 on the bottom. For your batteries, I would suggest using regular batteries and not rechargeable batteries. These will give you a better performance, and then you place on your cover. With the initial setup, it will ask you for a passcode, so I placed my passcode in there. Now we're going to set up the fingerprint and the card. This is where you can put in up to 50 fingerprints if you would like. With this one, I'm just going to throw in my right thumb. Later on, I did do my left thumb and my right index. And you just want to place it on, you tap it on and tap it off 6 times. For the card, this is that digital key or that IC pass. You have 2 of them that came with you in the box. You hit on start and then you just tap that card to the lock and it's able to save it. And so that person, that profile, that card is now saved for them, and the other card can be saved for another profile. Now for a few specifications that I haven't covered up to this point just yet. This lock is BHMA Grade 3 certified, which what that means is that the lock meets the industry standards for residential security, durability, and performance. When it comes down to the durability, it is IP54, which means that it is good for limited dust and water spray. And for the temperatures, it's able to go as low as -22 degrees Fahrenheit and as up to the high temperature of 158 degrees Fahrenheit. As for the fingerprint reader, you can store up to 50 fingerprints, and the recognition time for fingerprints is 0.3 seconds with an accuracy of 99%. Additionally, you can put this lock on thicker doors, so if you have a thicker door, give it a twist and it'll go from 35mm up to 50mm. The material is made out of aluminum alloy, and in terms of the working condition, you want to have anything that is under the relative humidity of 95%. But I hope that this video has helped you guys out in any way, so if you are looking for a brand new smart lock for your home or for Airbnb or for the office, definitely take a look at the DESLOC D110 Plus. I do like this lock. There's very minimal things that I look for. I just want it to work. I want the features to just be there and just work. I want the battery life to be good, and this one is. So I do suggest the DESLOC D110 Plus. If you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Subscribe on the very bottom left-hand side. And if you like this video, then more than likely you'll also like this video. And I'll see you guys later.